And what do you say when your things turn away? You're alone. Tell me, what do you get when you live in your life? Seems like you can't make it through. Well, you just stand when there's nothing left to do. You just stand and watch the Lord see you through. Just after you've done all you can, you just stand. Tell me, how do you handle guilt of your past? Tell me, how do you deal with the shame? And how can you smile while your heart has been broken and filled with pain? When you're giving your all, seems like you can't make it. Child, you just stand when there's nothing left to do. You just stand and watch the Lord see you through. Yes, after you've done all you can, you just stand and be sure you're not in time. No, you don't need to. You just you can't make it through. Child, you just stand. You just stand. After you've done all you can, after you've gone through the after you've gone through the pain, after you've gone through the storm, after you've gone through the after you've done all you can, you just stand. Well. Hello, everybody. Good day, good night, good evening, good morning. Hey. You know who it is. This is Dr. J. Will with Elite Motivational Moments with Dr. John Williams. Listen. I'm excited to be here tonight on Elite TV. I'm just excited to be here. Listen. Nobody do it like you do. Nobody do it like you do. Thanking God for another day that wasn't even promised to us. Thanking Him for all that He's done, going to do, and have done. We say thank you for tuning in once again to Dr. J. Will's Elite Motivational Moments with Dr. John Williams. You know that's beginning to become a household name now. I believe it because let me tell you, I had some special family gifts, special family friends over yesterday, and we had such a blessing job. Had some of them in the studio, and they had never been in the studio, and I was just showing them around. And see, when you come in the studio, it look different than what you see out there. And we just had a marvelous time. And one thing that I noticed last night when we were talking and having such a good time, we were saying the same thing over and over. It's been so long. It's been too long since we spent time together. And I'm here to tell you tonight that you can look at your family and say, it's been too long that we have spent time together. And some of us look at that and we play with that thing. And then the first time one of our loved ones is gone, we look up in the air and we just want to just faint and, oh, throw me in the coffin with them. But you had so much time to have a word with them. You had so much time to spend some time with them. You had so much time. You see, you be on Facebook and you be on TikTok and you be on MySpace and all them other places, and you said, "Man, I meant to call. Oh man, I didn't have time to," but you had time to do all that. Oh, I'm not starting off arguing. I have a different subject today. I have a question. I'm posing a question today. What do you do? What do you do? What do you do that you are so busy that we are so busy? See, the question is like a mirror effect. I'm asking a question, but I'm looking in the mirror and asking myself, what do you do, John, that is so important that you can't take time out to pick up the phone and say, hello, how you doing? John, what do you do that's so important that you can't or you don't want to hear the voice of your loved one? Yeah, you want to get the word through somebody. Well, how is Sister Sally doing? How is Brother Bolo doing? Yeah, how's Grandma Bobo doing? I'm just saying. I'm just asking a question. What do you do so important that you can't pick up the phone and make that call for yourself? John, what do you do so important? Hello, somebody. Well, I don't have their phone number. I didn't. Bobo got their phone number. Ask Bobo what's their number. Surprise call. Well, last time I called them, they didn't do. Well, last time you called, you probably called them on a bad time. We're gonna give them the benefit of the doubt. Just say you caught them on the bad time. It was a bad time, but you're gonna get that worked out. And this time you're gonna call, say hello, somebody. But my question tonight is, what do you do? What do you do that's that important that you can't get it right with the person that you've been feuding with for so many years? What do you do that's so important that you're gonna let one little situation be the death of you because you all worried and pulling your hair out, or if you got a weave, you're changing your weave every few days because you done scratched it so much and it done frizzled up and all that. You know what I'm talking about. But that person that has done things to you is going on by their business, probably doing it to somebody else. Ain't even worried about you. Ain't docked you off and left you right where you at. Ain't worried about it. But what do you do? What do you do? What are you doing to make this world a better place? What are you doing to be the change that you wish to see in the world? Oh yeah, y'all see it. Y'all see it on TV. Y'all see the racism, the blacks doing this, the whites doing that, the Puerto Ricans, the Mexicans.
Everybody want to do their own thing. When are we just gonna come together? See, I had some different notes in front of me. I didn't know it was gonna go this route. Hello, somebody. The question is, what do you do? We talk about everything that everybody else is doing, but what are we doing to make a difference? What are we doing? Well. See, John got a elite TV hour over there, and then he got a radio station over there, and he always trying to do something. He always trying to collect money for this. He always trying to collect money to help the poor. He need to leave them folks alone. He always running out there in that park trying to talk to the homeless. Somebody gonna bop him upside his head. Somebody gonna. But what do you do? The question is, what do you do? Oh, look at him. He trying to be a real estate man, and he know good and well real estate. He just jumped in that market because the real estate is high. I'm gonna see what he gonna do when the real estate start falling back down. What do you do? See, there he go. He opening up a barbecue stand. He go to I seen him when he would go to Sam's Club and buy that meat that's already seasoned up and everything. He didn't even know that meat that's already seasoned, it was getting ready to go old. That's why they put the season on top and wrap it up and they sell it a little cheaper. See, he didn't even know. He just thought he think he the bum buying that already seasoned meat and putting it on his grill and then selling it. But what do you do? See, we can find fault in everybody else. We can look at everybody else and say what they're doing, whether it's good or bad. But what do you do? What do you do? What do you do to try to make this world or to be the change that you would like to see in this world? Many martial artists, we look at other schools. Listen. I'm looking in the mirror. Many martial artists, we look at other schools and we say, wow, how did he get black belt in 2 weeks? But what are we doing to help anybody? Maybe if we would have talked to that person, we would have told them, hey, baby, why don't you start from white belt and work your way up, learn something. And then when you get to the black belt, you really will start your learning on what it means to be a black belt. But what are we doing? What do you do to make a difference in your community? Have you went out and tried to do a little fundraiser? Like, have you went out? It didn't even have to be a fundraiser. Have you seen a little old lady out there pushing a broom across the yard trying to sweep her yard? Have you just went up and said, ma'am, I'll sweep your porch. I'm a black belt down in the local community karate school, and I just wanted to take time and sweep your floor. You don't even need to know my name, ma'am. I'm just here. I just want to do something in my community to make a difference. How many have I've seen the snowfall and knowing great grandma Lucy live next door, and she in them little hover around things, and it's just sitting there spinning. She's stuck on trying to get up in her yard, and we won't even have the decency to get the snow blower or to get a shovel and try to rake out a little pathway for her. What are you doing? One time they told me when I was a Boy Scout, I was trying to make Boy Scout. I was a Weeblo. I was a Weeblo, and then I was getting ready to make Boy Scout, and they told us in our Saturday meeting, Mr. Mehawk, everybody in Blytheville, Arkansas, know Mr. Mehawk. Yeah, I don't even know if he's still living. If he is, he's probably about 119 years old or somewhere up there, because he was pretty close to 100 when I joined, and that was back in the late 70s, early 80s. So I'm pretty sure if he's still living, he's an old fella. But the thing is, all of us in Blytheville, Arkansas, if you said Mr. Mehart, everybody knew Mr. Mehart because he was just known in the community because he was the scoutmaster, Eagle Scout. He just like some of us when we were in the military, we eat, drink, and sleep Army, airborne, jumping, air assault, and all special forces, we eat that up. That's how Mr. Mehart was about his being a Boy Scout. And look, Mr. Mehart on the 4th of July, he would be blasting the independence music. Back in the early 70s, I didn't know what that was. I'm like, man, why does he always raise that flag on the 4th of July and play all that Star Spangled Banner and all that kind of music? And Mr. Mehart had it to his heart to go out and help the community. He would take people in like myself that couldn't afford the uniform and said, come to my house, gave us his address, and he would go back in the back room, y'all. It looked like a warehouse. Anybody from Blytheville, Arkansas, that was a Boy Scout or a Weblo, they know I'm telling the truth. He would take you in his house and just seemed like, you know, you see that movie Hoarders, but his stuff wasn't hoarding. He had enough Boy Scout clothes, Weblo clothes, Cub Scout clothes to fit anybody pretty much that came into to be a Boy Scout or a Weblo or a Cub Scout. So he fitted me up. He fitted me up with these clothes, and I was a Weblo, and then I became a Boy Scout. And when I became a Boy Scout, we had a meeting at the wrestling arena of the American Legion where they did the wrestling and everything. And we would get there early and we would actually get in the ring. Then it always take one person to mess it up. They say you could be in the ring, you know, we throw each other off the ropes and dive on people and all that. There was one guy that was laying on the ground, laying on the mat. And I guess Jerry Lawler, he had watched Jerry Lawler or Rocky Soul Man Johnson that night or whatever, because we would go in, they would have wrestling on Friday night. In our Boy Scout meeting, we'd be the ones that was pretty much cleaning up the arena on Saturday morning. So we would see, you know, I wish I knew back then what I know now. When you see the pictures and all that stuff of them, keep some of them, sell them, whatever. But you know, listen, Mr. Mehart put in us to always go out and help the community. If you see a little old lady walk across the street and she carrying groceries, you know, go up to tell your name or whatever, say I'm a Boy Scout and help. But it didn't work that way for us. I tried that, and I seen a little old lady walking across the street. I said, "Oh, I'm gonna go help her." I went up there, lady, I almost got beat up with her purse. She tucked her purse on her arm like she was a running back, tucking a football under there. I got it, I got it, I got it. And she barely could walk to me. She got it, but I didn't understand too much about you know, the racist stuff back then, that we wasn't supposed to do that, I guess, because that was the early 70s and, you know, the middle, like 75, 76. I didn't know that it was still a high tension racism around there. And in the neighborhood that the place was in, if it was a black, he was 9 blocks on up the road. There wasn't any blacks in that area. So, you know, sometimes we have to understand that if you want to make a difference in your community, if you want to be the change in your community, you have to change. You know, you have to, you just can't move in a neighborhood and say, you need to change this. You need to get to know the people. You need to be, you need to win the, what is that word? You need to win the hearts of the people and let them know that, hey, I'm not like whatever you thought I was. This is me. I'm a humanitarian. I like to help people. And my question to you tonight is, what do you do? What do you do in your church? What do you do in your community? What do you do in your city to help? What do you do in your state to make that state a better state? What do you do? Listen, I'm not talking about every time somebody throw a napkin at you, you go do a protest, you got to sign up. You're the only one out there with the sign holding it up. You're the only one protesting about everything. Oh, they didn't have green eggs and ham at the store. So you're in front of Walmart telling everybody, don't shop here because they don't have green eggs and ham. You're the only one to eat green eggs and ham. Y'all know what I'm talking about. What do you do to make a difference in your community? Listen. If I had to give you a scripture, if I had to give you a scripture, John 15:8, it say, by this my Father is glorified, that you bear much fruit, so you will be my disciples. See, when you go to a place, they usually ask the question at social gatherings when you go, and y'all know you've been to some new places. Somebody say, hey, come over here. We got a gathering, and Lucy Jew gonna be over here, and Mike and Mike gonna be here, and you need to just mingle and get to know some of these people. And when you get to the function, most of the time, somebody first question to break the ice, they said, "Oh, my name is Dr. Kareem Jerome, and I own the entire Empire State Building. What do you do?" That's the first thing. What do you do? See, he already introduced himself, and now he's way up here, and he said, "What do you do?" And I'm asking you the question tonight. What do you do? Are you the person in your city, in your community that nobody wants to be associated with? Are you the one that when your name is mentioned, people start backpedaling like, do you know them? They take a Snickers bar and stick it in their mouth because they don't want to talk. Their mouth full. I would talk, but Mama said don't talk with my mouth full. That type. But when you're doing stuff in your community, and when you have a good name, understand this: the better your name, the more haters you're gonna get. Is that fair to say? The better your name in your community, oh yeah, she's a good woman. She listen, you want anything done, get with her. She is a good woman, blah, blah, blah. They'll take care of you. But don't take care of them just one time. Oh man, let me tell you, I went there. They always talking about him. He don't do nothing. I'm telling you, I just don't have I just don't have no dealings with him. Y'all had that type, right? Y'all had that type that don't do nothing in the community, but want you to do everything for them in your hello somebody. Like you don't work, you don't have nothing else to do but the caterer to them. Your job is to cater to them. My question tonight is, what do you do? Listen. Every Christian should answer that question with the same answer. What do you do? Well, look, I'm an ambassador for Christ. Whatever he had me do, whatever assignment he had me on, that's what I'm trying to accomplish. John, why do you go way over to Arkansas? You know the pandemic is so high over there. I think you should change your mind. I think you should. Having given me a penny, having thought about giving me a penny, always want to give me an opinion. Hello, somebody. So see, doing humanitarian work, you have to have a strong, you got to have some glue on your lips sometime. You have to have some stay back power. You have to have some don't ball your fist up and bop them power. I'm just keeping it real with you, because see, it's some different people. There's some people out there that say that you do too much. Then you got them people that say they don't do enough. Then you got that group of people that don't do nothing at all. So you gonna fit in one of those groups. You see, it's no longer me, my foe, and no more. Because being a humanitarian, that requires work. And being a child, a follower of Jesus, that requires some work. You're gonna get talked about, you're gonna get cussed out, you're gonna get spit on. Let somebody spit on me, I'm gonna do this, blah, blah, blah. See, I wasn't talking about the physical spit, because I don't care who you are, you get physically spit on, some of these might clutch up automatically and start working by themselves. I'm just saying, some punches and some kicks and probably scratches and some bites and stab and maybe get shot. I mean, this just some stuff that probably automatic happen if somebody spit in your face. I'm just saying, if it's not choreographed, but shanked or I'm just saying things that could happen if somebody spit on you. But my question is, what do you do? What do you do? Listen, what do you do? What do you do? Woo! Listen. What do you do, and how can you serve Christ better today? How can you serve him better today? I'm on this campaign, y'all. I'm trying to raise $3,000. I'm trying to raise $3,000. And I was looking today at the 49ers play against the Rams. And then I was looking at the Kansas City Chiefs play against whoever they played against today, Cincinnati. And then I began to look up in the crowd. I said, wow, I know if it's playoff, them tickets had to cost a lot of money. I know I seen people with beer in their hand. I seen people with sodas in their hand. I seen a whole bunch of people at that place. I seen people that was from out of town. Everybody that wasn't from Cleveland, from the Bengals. They wasn't from Ohio. Some of them flew in from other states to support their city. I know those tickets was up there. Airplane ticket. Some of them rode a bus, drove cross country just to go see their team play. And I know they had to put up almost $1,000, if not more, to get to where they was going. Because they had to rent a hotel. And they jacked the price up on the hotel for you to come there. But listen. I said that to say this. We can spend $8 or $12 on a pack of cigarettes, Marlboro or whatever. That's cool. Marlboro, them the only two I know, or Salem or Campbell. We spend money on that, right? Then we go get a 12 pack for the Super Bowl party. We spend money on that. Then we go get some hot wings and put them in. We spend money on that. But here I am asking to help raise $3,000 so we can take at least 70,000 pounds of food down from one state to another so that we can feed at least 350 people. We can help somebody save just a little bit. Might not be but $50 worth of food to each person, but listen, that $50 to that person that need it is like $1,000 to you and I. Come on, somebody. I'm asking each person that listens to my shows, you know how we do it. I'm not even begging, I'm just asking, because let me tell you this, whether you give it or not, the God that I serve told me to call on Jesus because everything's going to be all right. So I'm making the step to ask because I'm taking a step because he wants us to work as we are praying still in asking. See, sometimes people ask God for something and they just sit back and wait. No, he wants you to still be actively seeking. I remember Michael Irvin some years ago, and I always use this. He said that when his family asked for money, if they ask for $100 today, he don't give it to them today. He said, okay, if he go back 1 month and he said, hey, did you still need that money? And how much do you have? Oh yeah, I still need $100. He said he don't give them anything because they didn't even try. If they would have said they need, if they needed $99 still, he would have gave them almost double because it showed him that they at least tried. So my thing is, when I'm on the air asking for something, I know I'm trying to raise $3,000. I'm not going to stop asking. I'm going to continue asking until God make or allow me to reach that goal, because I'm still actively seeking the $3,000. And I know that the God that I serve is going to make it happen. He don't never fail me. I fail him. I fail God all the time. I fall short so much, y'all. Why is he trying? Because I ain't took my last breath. As long as he forgive me and I can live on grace, I'm not giving up till he called me home. When I get there, you best believe I'm going to he gonna know that I worked his nerves and everything else. If he got nerves. I'm just saying. See, when I stand before God at the end of my life, I would hope that I would not have a single bit of talent left in my bones. I hope I don't have no talent and could say to God that I used everything that you gave me. And that's the way you should live. My question is, what do you do to make someone else's life better? What do you do to make your life better? What do you do to bring yourself closer to God? Some people, listen, some people sit back and they wait and watch and want you to fail. Oh, I knew he wasn't going to make it. I knew he was taking on. Girl, I told you. But my question is, what do you do? What do you do? I'm asking for money to help feed the homeless. I'm asking money to help feed the Meals on Wheels program. Listen, I want to go in there and look in their pantry and fill it up and walk away, go over to the other place, to the city mission, and fill that up too. I want them to be just over abundantly blessed. And I want to be able to say the show that I do, the little show that people call little, the Dr. John Williams motivational moments with Dr. John Williams, that fellow raised money and look at us now. It's not about me, y'all. I will get on here and I will say, Sister Lily gave X amount. If you want me to, I'll call your name. I'll put you on the air and you can jump up and down and turn flips and say, I gave $1. I gave $1. It doesn't matter to me. All I know is by the 15th of February, I need to raise $3,000. But listen, it does not stop there. It doesn't stop there. It doesn't stop there. By the 15th of February, when we see what we got, see where we're at, we are going to also, when we leave feeding those people in Arkansas, we are going to go to Missouri, where we should be giving away 25 bikes to the needy children there. 25 bicycles, brand new from Walmart or Kmart or wherever we get them from. But listen, this is what it's all about, y'all. We got it. We got it. It just takes some encouragement for you to release some of it. But we shouldn't be like a boxer. A boxer hands are full. They can put a lot of lips out there, but tell them to grab one of the hands with those big gloves on. Can't do it. And we should take off the gloves so that we can be able to give and we can be able to receive. Come on, somebody. Let's look. I put my Facebook up. I put my Cash App on there. We put the donation thing. And listen, don't get offended if you receive the donation thing saying donate. You probably just be in a group. When I hit the thing, it just goes to everybody. So if you get it once or twice, it ain't a reminder. It's just that I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up. Somebody said, listen, John, they said, look, John, we are all in the gutter. We're all in the gutter. But I can reply with this. We might be all in the gutter, but some of us is looking up at the stars. You just because you down, you don't have to stay there. You could be on your back and laying up looking at the stars, thinking of, how can I reach up there? See, it's lonely at the top. but at the top, they're trying to get topper. They're trying to even go up higher when they're at the top. Don't think only because the $100 have a problem because they only got $100. Have you ever seen billionaires fight? Have you ever seen millionaires when the billionaires divorce each other? Well, I'm taking half, and you ain't gonna leave me. You ain't gonna leave me without you gonna give me at least 15 billion because they scared if they jump out of their status of being a billionaire. My question is, what do you do? What do you do? Y'all give me an answer. What do you do when God has placed something on your heart and it seems like nothing you could do is right to the person? You can't appease the person. You can't. Hello, somebody. That's a question. What do you do? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to stand. Not only am I going to stand, I'm going to take a stand. I'm going to take a stance, but I'm going to stand because I know that God placed this mission on my heart. And I know that he don't lie. And I know that every time I ask him for something, that he always come through. Hey, this Dr. J. Will with Elite Motivational Moments with Dr. John Williams. Just like the song came on, when I came on, I want to make sure that I want to leave off with that song because that song right there, we need to stand. Honestly, we need to stand. And the song say, what do you do when you done all that you can do? You just stand. Dr. J. Will with Elite Motivational Moments with Dr. John Williams. I hope that question resonate when you go and meet somebody. I hope that when somebody asks you, what do you do? That you can say you stand for Jesus, that you stand for righteousness, that you stand for the principles that God has placed upon your life. Hey, this is Dr. John Williams with the Elite Motivational Moments with Dr. John Williams. Y'all have a blessed night, and I want you to just think about this song. What do you do?
When you're living your life, seems like you can't make it through. Well, you just stand when there's nothing left to do. You just stand, watch the Lord see you through. Just after you've done all you can, you just stand. Tell me, how do you handle guilt of your past? Tell me, how do you deal with the shame? And how can you smile while your heart has been broken and filled with pain? Tell me, when you're giving your all, seems like you can't make it. Child, you just stand when there's nothing left to do. You just stand, watch the Lord see you through. Yes, after you've done all you can, you just stand. Not entangled to the next other. You just you can't make it. Child, you just stand. You just after you've done all you can. After you've done all you can. After you've gone through the after you've gone through the pain, after you've gone through the storm, after you've gone through the after you've done all you can, you just stand.